Welcome back. It is time for all the dirt. And today, Levi Davis from Fae Cottage Flower Farm is giving us all the dirt on how to grow vegetables, flowers, and herbs all together. Welcome, Levi.
Thank you.
I'm so excited to have you here. So, all those together, that is called companion planting, right?
It is, yes. So companion planting in a nutshell is intentionally gardening so that we are getting the highest yield of crops, the healthiest crops that we can grow by interplanting beneficial herbaceous flowers, perennials, and other crops as well. Companion planting is actually documented to have been used over 10,000 years ago by native peoples. They were growing squash, maize, and beans together. But today I do have just a couple combos to show off, some things that we use here on the farm. The first being here, this tomato. Yep, we have a tomato, a basil that is faring as well as I am in this heat, and a Vietnamese cilantro.
Vietnamese cilantro.
Yeah, it's a bit more heat tolerant than the cilantro we know. But this is called intercropping. So essentially we are planting different species of plants that are not competing with each other.
Okay.
So they're not competing for soil, they're not competing for airflow or the water that they're receiving, which are the major three things that we want to think about. So in this case, the tomatoes will grow tall, they'll provide a canopy as the season warms, which then shades the basil and the cilantro. The cilantro, on the other hand, as well as the basil, they let off an herbaceous aroma that actually repels insects, the ones that come for our tomatoes in the summer.
Oh, that's great.
And a pro tip with those is if you let some of those go to flower, those actually bring in native beneficial pollinators.
We love that.
Yes.
That is so important.
Not only good for your garden, but good for the ecosystem as well. Here's another example of intercropping where I have lettuce and some eggplant. So same thing goes here. This will grow and shade over time, which then increases the time that we can harvest our lettuce. Because lettuce does bolt as the season goes on. And that goes for any of the brassicas. So spinach, Brussels sprouts, anything that will go to flower and becomes inedible as the season goes on.
Right, arugula, my arugula already bolted.
Yes, exactly. But and I dug these up for my tomato patch this morning, but as you can see, they're still full, luscious. They haven't started to shoot, which then makes them inedible.
And what's this middle one? You got a lot going on in this one,
A lot in this one. This is a new one to us on the farm that has worked really well in just the past couple months that we've had it. So we have strawberries here, as well as our lettuce, which are two crops that everything in the garden wants to eat. But in planting marigolds and thyme, we're actually repelling all the insects that we don't want while bringing in the ones we do. Marigold is kind of the king of companion plantings. It repels all the airborne insects while also repelling pill bugs and nematodes below the soil that will eat our roots. Lastly, our thyme here. Thyme is great to grow in a border around your strawberries or your lettuce because worms and slugs will not pass through it.
Didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, learning so much here today. I love this. I love that it's compact too, so folks who may have an apartment, they can do this and do a lot. So if folks want to know what you're up to, how they can get a hold of you, where do they go?
They can find us on our website at www.faecottageflowerfarm.com. That's F-A-E. We're also on social media, Instagram and Facebook. They can find us at Salem's Farmers Market every Saturday from 8 till about 11:30, or when we sell out, whichever happens first. And then we have a lot of events going on downtown with some really good friends. So stay tuned to our website and our social media to follow along with that.
All right, Levi Davis, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
I'll stick around. We'll be right back.